underdogs. Meet Emma, a rising volleyball star who doesn't just play the game, she redefines it. From facing challenges on the court to overcoming personal hurdles that most can't even imagine. Emma's journey is a testament to resilience and passion. What drives her to smash through barriers and serve up success? All while handling something that could have sidelined her dreams forever. Stay tuned as we uncover Emma's incredible story of triumph and tenacity. Her story is coming up right after this message from our sponsor. Full Court Dreams, the underdog's voice, is proudly sponsored by Rehab 2 Perform. Are pain or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? Our friends at Rehab 2 Perform have you covered. Now open in Owings Mills with 9 other locations across the DMV. R2P will get you back in the game and ready to perform. Visit rehab2perform.com and start your journey to peak performance today. Whew, here we go. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Full Court Dreams, the underdog's voice, where we celebrate the stories of those who defy the odds and carve their path in the world of sports. Today, oh my bad. Ooh, sorry. I'm your host. Voice. Every time I coach or something, sorry. I'm your host, Coach Q. Y'all know me. And today we have an exceptionally inspiring guest with us. She's a two-sport athlete. Who has been unstoppable on the volleyball court and the softball field. Graduating from Concordia Prep School, headed to Hood College this fall. Please welcome Emma McGraw, everyone, to the show. Hey, Emma, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me, Coach. I'm so excited to be here and share my story.
Yeah, no problem. Well, let's let the people cheer for you. That's our big audience we got in the background. And stuff. We got a big audience in the background cheering for you. So, how you been?
Good. Been, trying to keep busy after the summer, getting a summer job and everything, and taking placement tests for college next year, things like that. So,
Okay, I really missed you. You was one of my best players, one of the best people I have ever coached.
thank
I
you.
really, really missed you when I left. You was one of the people I missed at that school. I really did.
Yeah, we definitely missed you with the program.
Yeah, I don't. They finally decided to get rid of people once I'm gone. They decided to get rid of them once I'm gone. So everything been going great. Everything you really been doing very well. And believe it or not, even though I left, I still kept up with you. I followed you and stuff. So, but let's get started with your story, right? So let's get started with that. So let's start with your high school journey, or we can go a little
Okay.
bit before that. So, um, sports. How did you get involved with sports first?
Well, I've always been athletic. Since I was little, I did tennis, soccer, dance, basketball, everything. And then I got to high school. I played basketball all up until 8th grade. And then I was like, I don't really know if this is my thing anymore. I think I want to try something different. So my sister, she actually got into volleyball, and she's 3 years older than me. So her freshman year, she tried volleyball. And ever since then, I loved it. I was like, I want to do everything my sister does, and I want to try volleyball just like her.
Mm.
So I tried volleyball freshman year. And that was like weird because it was COVID. So I ended up making like the JV and combined varsity team. So,
Mm.
but I didn't play at all because, freshman on varsity, who really plays as a freshman on varsity. But,
Right.
So then I went back and I kept getting better and better, and I worked over the summer to, try and get a good spot my sophomore year. That way I could play with my sister her senior year. So then I ended up making the varsity team sophomore year, and ever since then I've just loved it. I started club that year, and it just slowly became my favorite sport. I mean, um, I'm now on the 17-year-old national team for the club that I play for, which is Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Maryland Volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
I started out with Baltimore Elite Volleyball Club, but I ended up changing this year, and it's been a really, really good experience. But other than volleyball, I've also played softball. I started my freshman year as I got older, but I did play when I was a little bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I just didn't pick it back up until freshman year again. It was kind of to just like stay in shape, during the off season of volleyball. So
Right, right.
yeah, and we actually won the MIA championships, or excuse me, IAM championships my junior year. We won for softball, so that was really fun. A lot of good memories with both sports at that school.
Good, good. So your sister played basketball too? Did your sister play basketball also?
I did. Yeah, my
Uh,
sister played as well. We both played. Yeah, we played for a while. We both played for the Mustangs, and we also played for Bel Air Basketball Club.
oh,
Yep.
okay. How was that experience?
It was pretty good. I really, really did like basketball.
Mm.
I was like obsessed with Steph Curry when I was little. Like I had everything Steph Curry, socks, like headband, like everything. But my sister, she ended up quitting basketball too. And so I don't know, I played it for so long that I just wanted to try something different. So,
Try something different.
but
Yeah, because
overall, I did really like it and it was a good experience.
I remember I asked you to play because I heard you played.
I
So
know. I
I asked you to
know. I wasn't
play.
sure about doing I know. I wasn't sure about doing three sports in high school. I was like, I don't know, this might be too much, especially with, academics and stuff like that. So,
Right. No, but you did really good. You was one of my again because of your hard work and dedication to the game. Like you is one of my favorites from our volleyball team. Like that
mhm.
libero spot, you really honed in onto that. And sometimes you struggle,
Yeah.
but you always fought forward and you got it. You got that
Mhm.
starting spot.
Yeah.
So and then
Yeah.
when I was coaching and we brought I forgot the lady name. Oh man, she was from Morgan that came and took over the volleyball job.
Oh, her name was Morgan. Yeah, she came from Morgan State.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we had
she
Morgan and then we had Sam. We had both
yeah
of them from
Sam.
Morgan State.
So Sam was the one that came when I was there. The
Mhm.
second year, Sam came the second year. I was there. That was the year I really think that y'all should have won a championship. That year,
Yeah.
y'all should have won the
Yeah,
volleyball
we had a
championship
good
that year.
team that year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really think yeah, that was that was
That was a tough season.
yeah,
But
it
we
was.
did, I think, since sophomore, junior, and senior year, we all 3 years made it to the quarterfinals. So we had pretty
Okay,
good seasons. And it was
okay.
definitely reflected from Coach Morgan and Coach Sam. They were good coaches, for sure.
Yeah, I was just kind of say that Coach Sam couldn't come back after her first year. I think she was good for y'all
Mhm.
because she was a national. She
Yeah, she
coached on a
was.
national
She
team.
made us work really hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
She got
So
us into shape.
yes, yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Had us run in the bleachers.
hmm Yeah, but I think she was real good for y'all. And I think if she would have stayed, y'all would have won the championship the next year because y'all was so
Mhm.
close. Y'all would have won
Yeah.
it the next year. So volleyball was your
Yeah.
favorite sport. You explained a lot about volleyball and why did you love it so much. What were some of your highlights playing at Concordia Prep? So, what were some of your highlighted moments playing at Concordia?
I would say slowly like moving up in my skill ability. Like when I started freshman year, as I said, I wasn't too good. And then
Mm,
I just, I was able to pick it up really quick. I don't know. It was just like it came really natural to me. And then my sophomore year, I ended up getting that libero spot,
Right.
and it was just really like it just felt good to know that I was being put in this position because I deserved it. So it was really nice to be brought up from not having any experience in volleyball whatsoever to then being the libero and playing for club and just getting better with every time I touched the ball was just really one of the biggest highlights that I took away from my high school career. And then also just learning so much about the game, especially with our coaching situation where we were in and
Mhm.
out of coaches. I think it was junior year, and you know, having to step in as a captain and teaching my teammates, making lineups, things like that. So
Mhm.
just learning so much more about the game than I ever had, like prior to
Right.
was a lot to take away from me, and it really benefited me in the end. So.
Yeah, I don't think like for people that do play volleyball, volleyball, they don't. I don't think they know how much work it is to be a libero. Like,
It really
they,
is. It's so much reading the court and just like directing the back row and so much communication. Like it's a lot, and just staying on top of everything, covering the ball. Making sure your teammates are because they rely on you a lot because you're in
right?
that position. You have a lot of responsibilities as a libero. So yeah, it's a big job.
Yeah,
And I'm really lucky that I get to do it. It's like it's my favorite thing, and I don't even know. I probably would not like volleyball if I was any other position. I just love defense. I think it's the best thing ever.
right. Yeah, that libero spot is really, really tough, and you got to be a special kind of player to be able to play that libero spot.
Mhm.
Also, but I think you was that person to play that spot, and I think like Emma really pushed. I say Emma, sorry, Sam. I think Sam like really pushed
Mhm.
you that year, and that's when I saw your growth. Cause Sam used to be on you, like
Yeah.
you. She used like, and I guess she
Mhm.
was like that because she knew how important that position was, and you was the best person to play that
Yeah.
position. And you ain't do nothing but took the challenge and
Yeah.
ran with it and went with it and got better. So
Yeah. She
um,
had really high expectations for us as a team and as individuals, especially Corey and I. You
yeah,
know, with
yeah,
playing club and being the captain, so she relied on us a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
She was a dog. She was one of the best coaches I ever coached with. And I don't even coach volleyball like
Mhm.
that, but I love it. I like the game. I like the
Mhm.
game. And I would have coached of the year. I would have coached of the game if Newman won it. She was like, I really want you to focus on basketball and get better
Yeah.
for the school. So I was like, okay. All right, I got you. So now you're going from high school, from Concordia Prep, and you're headed to Hood College next fall, which is an exciting new chapter for you, right? So what are you most looking
Mhm.
forward to as you transition to college sports and meet your new teammates?
Yeah. I'm most looking forward to the level of the play increasing because with this year being a national team for my
Mm-hmm.
club team, I've seen like so much more competitiveness and just like girls who have like amazing swings and amazing skills. Just I'm really looking forward to being exposed to just more
Mm-hmm.
challenges for myself. I'm very as an athlete, I like to challenge myself and I like to defy the odds and do what I can to do everything right. So just being able to have the opportunity to have other amazing players play against me is just what I'm most excited about. And especially like just it teaches you so much. Even when you're learning the littlest things, you don't realize that it teaches you so much in the end. So, and I'm also looking forward to playing with my sister. It'll be her last year there. And
Oh, your
just
sister go ahead,
creating
right?
yeah, she goes to
I,
Hood. Yep, she's
oh,
been
I didn't know that.
playing. She was actually a walk on freshman year. Yep.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna play again for another season. So I'm excited for that. And she's the same position as me. So I think that she'll be libero and I'll be able to be a DS in the back row with her. So that'll be really fun.
Yeah, she'll be the teacher
But
to how to.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to yeah, I'm looking forward to just having, a bond with teammates because I already know a lot of them going to Molly's
Mm-hmm.
games and everything prior.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
just being able to be a part of a really good team, I'm excited about as well because it really makes a difference when you have a good team. I mean, this year with my club team, I love my team. We're so small. We only have 8 people. So we all know each other really well, get along really well, and it really makes a big difference when you have a team that's there to support you. So I'm really excited about that.
So the ball is coming much faster, right? When you go to college, are you
Mm-hmm.
ready for that? Are you
Yeah,
ready for that?
I am. Yeah. And even with, I don't know if you knew, but I went to Oklahoma to train with the Paralympic sitting volleyball team
Oh, okay.
back in March.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so I was actually reached out to from a referee who saw me at a Charm City in Baltimore Convention Center tournament. And they posted something on Facebook about how amazed they were. And then I had heard from the Paralympic people, and they were like, yeah, we want you to come play for us at a camp. So I flew up to Oklahoma in March, and it was
Mm,
so fun. It was really, really cool experience. I mean, it was so different, but just being able to play, it's still volleyball, but just being able
right.
to play a different kind of volleyball, but still have
Mm,
so much fun and just even that is so much quicker because you're sitting on the floor. You have to react so much faster than you would have to if you're standing because you get to move your feet.
mm-hmm.
But in sitting, you gotta move really, really quick. So that
That
was really
helps.
exciting to be able to be exposed to that. So I think college is going to be, a lot
So,
more similar, a lot faster, a lot more moving quickly on my feet. So
so do you think that since you went there and done that, do you think that helped you out with your volleyball game? Since um, it's two different styles of play, right?
yeah,
So do you think that
it
helps
really
you
is.
out?
Yeah,
Do you think that helped you out as far as your movement? You're moving quicker now and things like that.
yeah. I would say it definitely helped like with my reaction time.
Okay.
And I would say also court awareness. The court is a
Hmm.
lot smaller, but
Okay.
with it being smaller, it makes you a lot more aware of, where the boundaries are. And so I would say it definitely helped me even as a standing player and someone who's, really new to it. It's not like it
Hmm.
was something I picked up as easily as standing volleyball, but it was still a really good experience that taught me a lot. So
Right. Right. Where
yeah,
did
it was
bubble
really
come from?
fun. And I'm hoping to, what?
So no, so you was talking and the bubble thumbs up came up on your screen. I'm like, where did that come
Oh.
from? I'm like, where did that bubble come from? Like the bubble thumbs up came up on your screen. I'm like,
The thumbs
whoa,
up
did I do
bubble.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a feature on your phone, or is that a feature on your
I
phone?
don't know.
Me
I'm
either,
not
because
sure. It
I ain't never
might
seen that.
be.
I ain't never seen that pop up on nobody else that I interviewed. I ain't never seen
It
that pop
might. I
up.
don't know.
That was funny. I never seen that pop up. Never. All right, so now, something truly inspiring about you. Sharing something truly inspiring about your journey. Right, you've been a amputee since you was at the age of 5, and you just talked about going to Oklahoma and stuff like that. So at the age of 5, after a lawnmower accident in 2012, right? So can you share how that
hmm
experience has shaped you and motivated you in your sports and life?
Yeah. So after my lawnmower accident, I immediately wanted to get back into sports.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 2 or 3 months after my accident that I started to play soccer, and the entire season I wore leggings, not because I was, ashamed or wanted to hide my leg or anything, but I don't know, that was just what I wore because I was a little kid who didn't have any style, but so I wore leggings and
Mm-hmm.
then the last game of my season I wore shorts and everybody was
Mm-hmm.
like, "What?" Like we had no idea that, you had a prosthetic and anything, but I just, as soon as I could get up, walk around, do anything, like that of the sort, I wanted to play sports. And being an amputee, it's motivated me to just do so much more and prove to myself that I'm able to do things that, everyone else can do. I think especially because a lot of times, like, I'll have people, point and stare and maybe, assume, oh, she, can't do as well as other players, who have both legs and
Mm-hmm.
had all that mobility. But just being able to inspire other people and also prove to myself that, despite my disability, that I'm able to do everything that I do has
Mm-hmm.
been a big motivation to me in my sports. So,
Yeah, so when I seen it and I saw how hard you worked, that was inspiring to me. Actually, I ain't let
hmm
nobody mess with none of y'all up at school. Like when we went to like when we was at we was at what's that school we was at? We was playing the playoffs.
Glen
Um,
Elg,
Glen L. Yeah, I got all them boys suspended.
yeah,
Every last one of them. All of them. Okay, but
yeah,
but you was killing their team. You know what I mean? And I guess they wasn't
hmm
expecting you to kill their team like that because I don't know, but I mean, and it didn't bother you. Like you kept playing. I don't know if you said so or somebody else was
yeah,
said something similar like Coach Steve. They talking about her. So you kept playing.
hmm
You kept playing and you kept hustling and
yeah,
you didn't worry about them. I took care of that at the end of the game, and that right there showed your bravery and your motivation and that, I think that inspires your teammates also. I think that inspires your teammates also
yeah,
that you can go out there and you
yeah.
know. So to people out there, like, what would you say to people out there that's like have a disability and stuff like that, and want to continue to do that and work hard like you do?
I would just say to don't let your disability stop you. Like, I know a lot of people think when you hear disability, you think, oh, this person, they can't do, what they want to do. They can't do everything that everyone else can. But really, if you work for it and you put in the work and you work really hard and you don't give up on yourself, you will be able to do everything else everybody else, or do everything that everyone else does. So I would say don't let other people's opinions get to you. Just block that out, Um, just do what you love. Don't do it because you really want to prove to other people that you can't do it for yourself. Do it so you can prove to yourself that you are able to do this and you're able to do that. Um, but I think that it also just helps you as a person. Like, it helps you get to know yourself when you pursue something that you really love as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in pursuing volleyball, I've learned a lot about myself. Like, I've learned that, I'm really good at communication, especially as being libero. I'm good at explaining to my teammates things and, being there for my teammates when they need me, things like that. So I would just say, really, just don't let other people get you down. Like, there's going to be people, of course, who are going to tell you you can't do this and you can't do that. You're not fit for this. You should quit, but don't quit. It's all worth it in the end for sure.
So we go from that's great, and I like that message. So we're going from volleyball, right, to softball, right?
hmm
So your experience with softball, how was it different from your experience with volleyball as far as your play and how you played, or how was it any difference from it, or did your
I would
disability
say
did it
I
affect
would
your
say I
disability in a different way?
definitely I would say I definitely enjoy volleyball much more just cuz it's like a really big passion of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Um Softball I also do like. I like the game a lot. It's, sometimes you sit there and it gets kind of boring cuz it's so many innings, and
Right.
but it is a fun sport, and I would say that I do have to adjust sometimes more in softball rather than volleyball, but
Mm-hmm.
being a first baseman, the only thing that I have to adjust is stepping on the bag with my left foot instead of my right. just
Okay.
because, usually people step on it with their right foot, but
Right.
I can't feel if I'm on the bag whether or not I'm on the bag. So
Hmm.
that's really the biggest adjustment that I make. But other than that, I don't really have any problems with shuffling to get to the ball or anything like that. So I would say that's my really only adjustment. But
Yeah.
with volleyball, the only thing that would ever really affect me is like if I'm in any pain, and I guess that's the same for both sports, but if I'm having any pain in my limbs that's just over an extended period of time, I'm
Mhm.
very stubborn, as my mom would say. Like, I will fight through the pain and, play the rest of the game if I have to. So I have a
Uh,
really high pain tolerance for things like that, especially when, I've been playing a really long time and I'm still pushing through. So,
right. Right. So, um do you mind if you don't have to? Um, do you mind talking about the incident that caused you to become an amputee? The
sure, yeah,
lawnmower
I can talk about
accident.
it.
Okay.
Sure. So I was 5 years old, and just like any other 5 year old, you want to play outside and, do whatever. So my dad had been mowing the lawn, and my sister was at ballet practice. And I went outside because I thought that my dad would want to play hide and seek for whatever reason. So I went
Hmm.
outside and we had this spot in my grass where my dad would used to back up the lawnmower and put it away to be,
Hmm.
when he was done with it, done mowing the lawn. And when I wanted to play hide and seek, was hiding like somewhat behind the lawnmower. Obviously, not right behind it because I knew that, like I didn't want to get too close to it. But I ended up
Right.
tripping, and that was what caused me to be run over when my dad backed up the lawnmower.
Oh wow.
So I was my dad he like felt that there was something underneath and
Hmm.
he had stopped the lawnmower and he brought me inside and he sat me on the counter and I really just the thing that I remember, I'm lucky that I don't have a lot of PTSD from the experience. I mean, I
Right.
would say I've grown to not have as many, but I used to have nightmares when I was younger, very recently afterwards the accident.
Hmm.
The one thing I do remember is looking down and seeing, my bone, and I remember how cool I thought that was. I was
Hmm.
like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at my bone right now.
Hmm.
And actually, my accident and my experience, I had a great experience when I was in the hospital with, my nurses and things like that. And
Hmm.
that actually inspired me to pursue medical school. So I'm going to Hood
Okay.
next year studying biology on a pre med track. Um, So that really inspired me, especially just being treated so well. And I
Hmm.
had a nurse who actually allowed me to assist in my medical care. She would let me like take out my IV sometimes, shoot little saline drops and things like that. So having that experience really inspired me to help others the way that she helped me through a traumatic experience.
Hmm.
But yeah, let's see, I spent about a month at Johns Hopkins Hospital and then was later transferred to Mount Washington Pediatrics Hospital, and I spent about
Hmm.
a month there as well. Um, and I did a lot of physical therapy. I did walking up and down stairs, jumping, things like that. When I had gotten my first prosthetic in October of that same year.
Hmm.
So my accident was in May, so it took me from May to October to be able to have a prosthetic. Um, and then as soon as I got my prosthetic, like I said, I got right back into everything. I didn't really let that affect me at all. Um, and I haven't struggled a whole lot with my prosthetics at all. The
Hmm.
only thing that I've recently been struggling with is, and I think I struggled with this junior year. I can't remember if it was sophomore year or junior when it started, but I think you might have been there. But sometimes when I'm playing a lot and
Hmm.
I'm in like a really, really hot area, especially with Concordia's gym being so hot,
Yeah. Hot
my
is the
leg
word.
gets like, yeah, it's terrible in there.
Right.
But my leg will just have like so much suspension. It'll be going up
Right.
and down, jumping, moving around so much that the bottom will become numb because I've I can't remember what it's called, but I have some type of syndrome where it's like built up muscle on top of a
Hmm.
muscle. So, and it's right at the back of my knee where my socket hits. Um, so that being pushed on and so much pressure on causes the bottom of it to be numb.
Yeah.
And I've actually seen a doctor about it, and I have to get like an injection of like a steroid, they said, or some
Hmm.
type of like Botox injection to try and you know, like ease the muscle and get it, get it down back to what it should be. But I'm currently trying to figure that out right now so that I don't have to get, surgery. I would have to get the injections like a couple months or so apart, maybe 3 months or so apart, so
Okay.
that I don't have to get surgery and miss a season, in college. So,
Yeah, I remember sometime when you had to come off for a minute because your leg was hurting.
hmm
Yeah,
sometimes
so
I have to adjust. Yeah.
I remember. I remember those days, guys. But guys, look, look, Emma is not not. I don't think that if whatever happened to you, I don't. I think you would still be
hmm
in the same position you are in now, and I'm happy you did not
Yeah.
let that stop you from doing what you wanted to do. You know what I mean? You still, like you said,
hmm
it ain't take you no time to get up. You ain't mope and whine about not, being able to play and stuff like that. And you 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 ain't let that stop you. Like, and I guess that. Tell me if I'm wrong. That probably motivated you more. It probably
It did.
motivated and
Yeah.
inspired you the more because you are the type of person, and I see that, and I've seen that like you ain't gonna let nothing stop you from doing what you want to do. Nothing. Not like
hmm
again, Sam put y'all through some rigorous training stuff, and it was like I seen it in your face sometimes. Like, yo, like, come on, like again, you
Yeah.
always inspired me because you will never be the last. You will never be the last one in the
hmm
drill. You always work to be the first one in the drill. Um, and we had people that had both their legs that lollygagged, and I'm like, are y'all serious? Like, this girl works hard, so you have no excuse, and
Yeah.
you do not use your disability as an excuse or as a crutch.
hmm
Anybody out there listening, she do not do it. If you ever see her play, and I think I saw you play basketball one time at Glenard.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Oh
I saw you
yeah,
play
yeah. Got
basketball.
on
Yeah,
sports.
one
Yep.
time at Glenard. Yeah. Um, but like, I think you're a very inspiration for people that have a disability out there. I think this story will help out a lot of
hmm
people that may be
Good. Yeah.
yeah, it might be challenging to them and fighting with and fighting with this. So what was one of your biggest challenges that you had to overcome?
Hmm. I would say I felt like I had missed a lot being out for 2 months. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I was very like eager to be back and doing what I had been doing my entire life. So I would say my biggest challenge to overcome was missing out on things. I felt after my accident that I had, missed some opportunities to play this sport and to play that sport and um but that was probably my biggest challenge. I don't really have a whole lot of issues playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said about the boys who were saying things at that one game. I don't let that get to me because I just know that I'm better than that. It's not worth my time to sit there and dwell on it and think about all the things that they're saying and thinking about me. So I would just say I was just so eager to get back into things after my accident that my biggest challenge was waiting all that time, 2 months to get back into it. So yeah.
Yeah. Again, just amazing. you're just an amazing person. One of my best people. One of my best people.
Thank you.
Um, so you graduated from you got graduated from how was prom? How was
It was
prom?
good. I
Good.
mean, it was the music was not good, but I mean, the food and the experience was good. So, you know,
Yeah, you had
last year's I think was definitely better
better.
music, more fun, but it's okay.
So last year prom was it in the gym?
Last year's prom was at the Center Club in Baltimore.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
hmm
Graduation. How was that? How was graduation?
It was good. Yeah, it was very long awaited, but it was definitely
Mhm.
worth it. Especially with taking so many classes this year. I took 5 AP classes this year,
Ooh,
and I don't recommend it to anybody who um doesn't like push themselves because I will admit that even with um like I always am pushing myself academically and athletically,
right,
but I struggled a little bit just because of how hard the coursework was, especially with AP Physics. I took that this year, and that was probably it was my most fun class, but it was enjoyable, but it was also very hard. So I don't recommend
hmm
it to anybody who doesn't really push themselves to take 5 AP classes, but I would just it's definitely a lot balancing sports and athletics or
hmm
athletics and academics, but I think it just prepares you more for things. Like I feel very prepared for college,
right,
especially having those 5 AP classes my last year. I
hmm
think, my freshman year is going to be very very chill, nonchalant, not as stressful and, I'm not going to have to be as on top of, so many assignments,
right.
so I'm ready for that break
Good.
next year.
So
So
as you look forward to the future in your future in college, what are your goals both athletically and beyond?
my goal athletically is to just really stay like involved in volleyball.
Hmm
I don't ever want to like quit or like, not play anymore. So, um I'm really excited to be able to play, for college. And
hmm
one of my goals is to be able to be libero, obviously at some point. But I
hmm
do have another incoming freshman in my class who also is a DS. So I'm hoping that, I have a good experience with her. Luckily, this year I got a really good DS that I'm playing
hmm
with for my club team, and we get along really well.
hmm
So I'm really hoping that that works out next year. But my biggest goal is to be libero because everybody wants the position.
Right,
So I
right.
do really want to be libero. Um, and my other goal is to become a doctor. I've been wanting to be a doctor since my accident, really.
Right.
And I want to get through med school. I know it's going to be a lot.
hmm
But I really do want to challenge myself and I want to accomplish something that, I've wanted for a really long time. It feels really good, especially, like attending college next year as an athlete. I
hmm
know how good it feels to work so hard and then have your, the dreams come true that you really, really wanted. So I'm looking forward to attending medical school and hopefully becoming a doctor and having it all pay off because it feels, really nice when all your hard work pays off.
You ever think about coaching volleyball?
Maybe. It's definitely, with having my nationals coach this year, she coached 12-year-olds this year and she was like,
Right.
I don't know, but I think it would definitely be a good experience. I definitely know enough about the game to be teaching and,
hmm
being a coach. I was, Corey and I practically coached our
Like
team for
coaching,
like a
right?
week and a
Right.
half at junior year. So,
hmm
but I mean, I would definitely consider it. I'm definitely going to stay involved with my club that I'm with now, and I'm going
Okay.
to go back on breaks and when they're in season and practice with them. Um, but I would definitely consider coaching. I just don't know where, and I don't know if I would, have time for it, but that would be an option for me, yeah.
I think you'll be a wonderful coach. I think um
Thank you.
I think you'll be a wonderful coach. I really do think you'll be a really good coach. Uh, yeah. So we got our future goals. Our future goals. As far as being an athlete in your career beyond that. Um, Let me ask you this question. I don't know a lot of volleyball players, but who are your top five volleyball players? I used to watch volley. I used to watch a lot of volleyball. Like even when I was coaching y'all, like I said, I always try to make sure that I know the game. So I watched a lot of it and I read a lot of it. Um, but so who's your top five volleyball players?
Top five. Okay. Let's see. My number one is probably Madison Skinner. She played for Texas
Oh,
Longhorns.
mhm.
I just love her. I think she's just great at what she does, and she has a good attitude. So I would say my number one is Madison Skinner. My second one would probably be, I would say Zoe Fleck. She also played for the Texas Longhorns. She was a libero, and she's like unreal. I don't even know how she does her job so well. I mean, she's just like she's crazy. She's so good. Let's see. My third favorite player, I would say, is Logan Eggleston. If you
Mhm.
cannot tell, I like the Texas Longhorns because she also played for the Texas
Right.
Longhorns. But they're all just the way that they read the court and
Mm,
with being a hitter, being able to place the ball where other people aren't, and just I think that's just like so cool. Like especially I have a player on my team who does that really well, who just places the ball, to get that point and
mhm.
put the ball down, but just being able to do that I think is really cool. Just being able to have that like vision of the court where everybody is. I
Right.
like aspire to be like that. So, um let me see. My fourth favorite player would probably be the libero for Nebraska's team. She's pretty good.
Mhm.
I think her name is Lexi Rodriguez.
Mhm.
She's really good. She's also a libero. She does really well in the back row. And then let me see my fifth favorite player. Um, I would say Ella Swindle. She's also a Texas Longhorn player, and she's a
Ooh,
setter. And
I love Texas.
I kind of relate to her because, yeah, I kind of relate to her because she had an injury her freshman year, actually, which
Mhm.
she was, it was just her past season as a freshman. And she had to completely adjust the way that she set. She couldn't jump set. She just stood and set the entire
Oh,
season.
wow.
So, like, being able to make that adjustment was really cool to me. And she did, like, phenomenal for a freshman, and it being her first year. So, just that was inspiring to, see that other people can also, like, make adjustments like that and still be so successful, even on a Division I team. So, I would say those are my top five favorite players.
Hey, so one more question is what is your definition of an underdog? Or did you ever consider yourself as one?
Mhm. I would say I don't see underdog as a bad thing. I think
Mhm.
that someone who's an underdog is somebody who is underestimated but has so many skills and so many beneficial abilities. Like, I don't say, or I wouldn't say that I've considered myself an underdog.
Mhm.
I would say that I've definitely been doubted and, I've definitely had people look at me and tell me that, you can't play well just because of your disability. But um, I would say that an underdog is somebody who really, really cares about the game, um, and somebody who is able to surprise other people with their abilities.
Great, great. I really appreciate that. All right, Emma. It's been truly inspiring to hear your story. For our listeners out there who want to follow your journey, where can they find you on social media?
I have Instagram, and my at is Emma McGraw with three W's. That's EMMAMCGRAWWW.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to tell our, you want to give some of our listeners some advice, any inspirational words you want to, give to our listeners before we go? Anything? Anything? Anything?
Um, I just say keep being your true self because you're so uniquely made and you have so many, different talents that you probably don't even know about. So just keep working towards things that you really want and your dreams will come true.
Thank you very much. Fantastic. So y'all heard her. Take heed to it. This is a wonderful young lady, man. When I tell you she's one of the my favorites, like people, not just an athlete, but one of my favorite people. You will never find a nicer person, a giving person, a loving person than her. She just don't. She love her game. She loved the game, but she loves her teammates. She is an excellent teammate, and that's another thing that I really liked about you was how you really loved your teammates and fought for your teammates and fought with your teammates no matter what. So I really appreciate you, and I really am thankful that I have met you. I really am. I really you, along with Corey. Um, uh, what's her name? Oh shoot, I done forgot the girl name. She heard her. She must have put. No, my voice changed real quick. She messed up her knee. Um, she messed up her knee, I think, and she couldn't play no more. She tore her ACL.
Oh,
Ah,
Maggie.
yeah, Maggie. Yes, meeting y'all and coaching y'all it was a highlight of my coaching career. Coaching volleyball. One of my highlights of my coaching
Thank
career
you.
was coaching volleyball. So I really appreciate you coming on and telling your story. And I know you probably told it 1,000 times, and I really appreciate you telling it 1,001 more times. It'll help somebody out. So I really appreciate it. So, um, oh shoot, hold
Yeah,
up,
you're welcome.
yeah, hold up, messed up. All right, so everyone, we're gonna thank you for coming on to the show. All right, and for everyone tuning in, don't forget to follow us on Instagram or follow me on Instagram at SQ Basketball Chronicles. You can catch more episodes like Emma's on YouTube at Coach Q. You can also hear this on Spotify, um, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. You can also check out my blogs on sqbasketballchronicles.com. You can check out my blogs and get my book on sqbasketballchronicles.com. And also you can purchase my book on Amazon. So again, Emma, thank you for sharing your incredible journey with us. Your determination and spirit is truly, truly inspiring. Um, and I really enjoyed this talk and really enjoyed your story. And I'll be coming to some of your games. I have to. I
Thank
have to.
you.
I have to find a way to
Yeah,
get to
thank
some
you
of your
so
games.
much.
Oh, no problem. So until next time, keep dreaming big, playing bold, and remember, it's the size of the fight in the underdog that counts. Thanks. This is Coach Q and Emma signing off. Have a wonderful day, man. Yeah, you got to cut.